Hello and welcome back to another video. I finally reached Royal Champion at 6607 trophies, and I figured now is a great time to make a video about an original deck that I've made myself and how it does in the current meta, and check out some of the gameplay that I did. Basically see what moves I made that were really good and which ones are bad. Kind of analyze my replays a bit. Alright, with that said, let's get started. I've got this deck right now that I made, and we have two stalling cards, which is the archers and the goblin heart. So you can place these if you don't know what to play. That's really cool. And we have a lot of defensive cards with the baby dragon, the electro wizard, and the P.E.K.K.A. Those defensive cards will allow me to transition into a big push, and then, well, in most cases I can just graveyard them. Okay, so let's check out a few replays. Starting off with one that's countering the air. Alright, let's start with that one, and I'll end it with the one that won me the 6600 trophies. Right, so starting off with this hand, I want to really place the goblin hut. Alright, so I end up placing it here. Sorry, I'm outdoors and there's airplanes as well. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, I place my my dragon and the P.E.K.K.A. to counter his Valkyrie. Usually these airplanes don't play Valkyrie, but since he did, I can safely use my P.E.K.K.A. and get some value from that. Usually against air decks, P.E.K.K.A. is like the worst thing that you can play, alright? So never play P.E.K.K.A. unless you can get value from it against this air deck. So now you realize I'm up on elixirs, and I just feel like I don't want to graveyard at this point, because if I do, it's gonna still give him a huge advantage. Even though I have the graveyard freeze combo, it's going to give him a huge advantage if I do, because he can just pop he can defend against it, and then he can pretty much win it because he has a dragon on the field, right? Pretty much a free dragon. So I don't want to give him that advantage. That's why I'm actually just waiting until 1 minute. Okay, so around about now I want to place the graveyard, because I know even if he gets an head start, I can recuperate. Alright, so he places the Valkyrie down, which is countering my graveyard. That's no problem. Got a lot of chip damage down, and now I'm going to go ahead and slowly whip it away with his units with my goblin hut. And I can place my dragon as well, just to chip away at the air that he throws at me. So this deck's actually pretty good against air. Alright, so I'm spreading out my units just in case he has some AoE damage. And now I'm freezing it just so I get more value for my units. Alright, now this was a bad play kind of, because it's in the way of his Infernal Dragon, but no worries. I'm able to kind of group everything together with my units and then just cyclone them off. Make sure to spread out your units just in case he has some AoE, definitely. But yeah, this was a good play. And now I want to place more Goblin Heart. Oh, never mind. I want to just graveyard. That's actually a decent move as well, because I'm getting value from my Electro Wizards, since he has to spend one defending the Electro Wizard there, which I can pretty much kill off for free as well now, for not much cost, just half health of my Goblin Heart. And now yeah, it's just a matter of rinse and repeat, just defend against his push, and then once I've defended, then I can go all out with my graveyard combo. So he's got a lot of air, but I can safely just freeze it, and then I can just NATO. But Maybe I should just NATO first. It would have been better if I just NATO first, because I had a dragon on the field, but no worries. You see, it's able to defend against it fine. And now I have a great push going, definitely graveyard worthy. Jesus, it's like I live under an airport or something. But yeah. So he's just spending units here, which I can just NATO, and then I can just zap away, pretty much kill him easily. So see, as long as I have value from this, and as long as I have a dragon on the field, I can safely just, yeah, go all out, and it's fine. So it's just a matter of defending and then pushing with all you have, basically. Seems like there's a lot of golem decks, and there's like a lot of air decks right now. But let's see. I lost against this freaking you know, spirit spam deck. So let's see the one that I won. All right, let's check this one out. So starting off with my hand, I have an okay hand, but nothing that I can store with. So I don't have a archer, and I don't have a goblin heart. So that's why I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna really have to wait until, you know, he does something, because otherwise I'm going to lose straight away, pretty much. Alright, so he does something. He popped a Royal Ghost, so I can safely use my P.E.K.K.A, no worries. And now he's got his P.E.K.K.A, so this is the point that I'm like, alright, let's go for it. I'm going to graveyard, because I have my freeze soon as well. So that means I can freeze his P.E.K.K.A as well, potentially. But he doesn't give me that chance, so that's okay. I did a lot of damage to his tower, and I got a goblin heart up for his P.E.K.K.A. The P.E.K.K.A is going to take time to kill that goblin heart, so I have some time for my dragon to do damage, and I did a great NATO there, activating my king tower. Now he sends another Royal Ghost, but I have an Electro Wizard to counter, so I don't take too much damage from that, so it's alright. Now he's got like 4 more elixir over me right now, so that's a sizable advantage, but no worries, like his king tower is really damaged. So he's thinking of going all out with a huge push right now, but you know, I should be fine in this circumstance as well. So there's another spam going on, like he's spamming in all directions. That's totally fine. I'm just you know, defending with what I have, Goblin Heart and the other one. So I didn't take too much damage from his spam, which is fine because his other tower is down like so much. All I have to do is defend at this point, and at the right moment, when the timer is nearly running out, I can just empty graveyard him as well from out of nowhere, and I can just freeze on top of that, and that should be game usually. So archers are doing a great job at distracting the other lane, which is good. And now, like, since I have all of these defenses, he's finding it really hard to penetrate through. So you see the power of my defensive units, it's really keeping him at bay. Alright, this was not a good NATO, but it still is going to be enough to like eliminate the damage from his push. And he's got no other spam units left, which means now is a great time to just graveyard and see what happens. because usually like a graveyard into a freeze is enough to kill him. But he does a great job at poisoning, at leaving the poison, saving the poison for my graveyard, and it pays off for him. But look at this, like my defense is really, really awesome, even against his amazing brute spam push. And it's just a matter of rinsing and repeat till, and he wasn't able to poison quick enough that time. Plus, even if he poisoned, it would have been game usually as well, because it just does a lot of damage, like regardless. Alright, now let's watch the final replay, which is against the Golem deck. Right, so this is the one that got me 6600. So, Jesus, guys, you know, finally did it after so long, huh? Yeah, I played this game for like maybe 3 or 4 years now, huh? Like 3 years, maybe, yeah. And I don't spend too much, like, as well. I'm choosing not to get the Royal passes these days as well, since usually, like, since I got most of my stuff maxed anyway, so I don't really need it as much. So this is an empty graveyard. I didn't want to freeze, because if I froze, I'm gonna lose a lot of resources there. So this was a bad P.E.K.K.A drop. I should have placed my P.E.K.K.A a little bit above there, because that was not a good P.E.K.K.A drop, guys. Because my Electro Wizard went before my P.E.K.K.A, so bit of a mistake there, but no worries. With against a Golem deck, you just have to take it slow and methodical as well. So there was a lot of my guild mates that were cheering me on, because they saw that, oh, I was only 1 game left, you know, until I was Royal Champion. So kudos for cheering me on, guys. I really needed that. Yeah, and this was a really brilliant NATO and freeze as well. So you can sometimes just NATO freeze against these units. And if you do, like, you get a lot of value from a baby dragon, because that's a lot of splash damage that you get for free, pretty much. I'm gonna have to use my Electro Wizard there, otherwise I'll take some shots that would be very detrimental to me. So yeah, he places his Golem, and I place my P.E.K.K.A, and I do my AoE combo, and that's like enough to stop his push. Now, because the baby dragon's health is nerfed, I wouldn't be able to get too much value from this graveyard, but I still do it anyway, because he needs to counter like my range coming in as well, and he doesn't have enough to really counter that, and so he took a ton of damage. So it's just a few hits left now, so all I need to do is just store a little bit more till my graveyard combo is back up and I've won the game. Alright, so in this case I just need to go really defensive, and because I placed my P.E.K.K.A, he was able to you know, like, miss his lightning pretty much, and that's pretty much game. So a bit of emoji spam to, you know, declare I'm the winner, and, you know, finally Royal Champion, guys. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it, and hope it was entertaining and useful to see my thought process behind my deck. And yeah, guys, there's a few weaknesses I have to mention though. The major weakness is against Expo decks, because this depends on, like, this is the theme of the deck actually is supposed to be like they attack you and then you counter push, alright? So it's supposed to be a counter push deck. So it's really weak against like expo decks that don't send you anything. And it's pretty weak against, the Three Musketeers as well, because you don't really have any like counters like poison or something to get rid of them. But yeah, guys, that was it, and maybe you can try this deck out and see how you go as well. Alright, peace.